What's up, everyone? Welcome to the BoM Podcast. I'm your host, Aishan Shetty, and I'm here with my co-host, Boomy Shetty. What's up, Boomy?
Nothing much. You tell me what's going on.
Nothing much. I know we discussed in the last episode that we weren't sure if we were going to be reviewing War 2, which just released this past week.
Yeah.
But we did get a chance to see it in theaters. And so I thought it would be the perfect film to discuss because this is finally maybe a negative review. So we'll get into it shortly. But the first question I had for you is...
Before you start, I have something to address.
Yes.
So we have been posting little snippets of our podcast here and there. And I just wanted to give everyone a little bit of... We love movies. And I don't think we ever discussed why we started this podcast. I just want to take this opportunity to shed some light on that a little bit. I feel like the movies, cinema in general, not just Hindi cinema or Indian cinema, movies in general is our thing. We love watching movies. We discuss movies like our life depends on it. That covers majority of our discussions, I feel like. Wouldn't you say so?
Definitely, yeah.
So I feel like, and I think like anyone else also that we've spoken about movies with, it's like a different level of discussion. We just don't discuss the commercial stuff. I feel like we discuss it in depth. Even our car rides coming back from the theater are like fully analyzing post-mortem of the movie. So which is why we thought that in the era of podcast, why not just do that for our audience so that they get to know us on a personal level as well, because we don't really do vlogs anymore, which we're gonna try getting into that too. But we've been getting comments saying, why don't you all speak in Hindi, and why isn't the podcast in Hindi? So I just wanted to tell everyone that Hindi is my second language, because I grew up in Mumbai and Aishan grew up here. I know that from our reels, you wouldn't feel that because he lip syncs the song so well. But he doesn't speak Hindi, just learns the lyrics for our videos. So our mode of communication, our language of communication has always been English. You'll hear little Hindi words from me because that's how I grew up. But he mainly only speaks English, which is why our podcast is in English, which I wouldn't want to apologize for it. It's just the way we speak, but I do understand why the comments, those comments are coming. But I just wanted to address that super quick before we get into our review.
Yeah, no, definitely. Trust me, if I could speak Hindi, I would hands down be speaking in Hindi. But the fact that I grew up here and I grew up in a small town, like I said, in Pennsylvania.
Weren't you the only kid?
I was the only Indian kid in my high school. I know people say that. It's like the typical brown kid story that, but it is 100% true. I was the only brown boy in my school. So, yeah, I never really grew up learning Hindi. My parents don't speak Hindi as their mother tongue is not Hindi. So, yeah. We're gonna continue to speak English.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day AI gets to a point where we can translate this entire podcast in Hindi. And so when it gets there, trust me, we won't forget about you guys.
Or we'll get Aishan to start speaking in Hindi a little bit here.
Maybe we could do like a lesson at the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving on, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the movie War 2, which released last week, starring Hrithik Roshan, Jr. NTR, Kiara Advani, Anil Kapoor in a small role, Ashutosh Rana, and that's about it, I think, as far as main cast.
Kiara Advani.
I said Kiara Advani already.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But yeah, this film is what I would call an event film. So we get a couple of these every year. It's part of a larger universe, which is the YRF spy universe. So just to tell you a little bit more about the movies that fall in: Ekta Tiger, the entire Tiger series, Pathan, which released in 2023, starring Shah Rukh Khan,
And more to come.
and War. By the end of the year, another film called Alpha, which will also be part of this universe, will also be releasing. So yeah, let's just talk about... I have a lot of thoughts on this film, by the way, so I don't know where this is going to go, but I wanted to ask you first, what is your take on the YRF spy universe, and what is your take on cinematic universes in Indian cinema?
Honestly, I don't know what I feel. Because see, individually, I loved Tiger. Okay, the first Tiger. I love Tiger. And this has nothing to do with my love for my first husband, obviously. The movie was good. Okay, do you agree? The first one?
Yeah.
Ek Tha Tiger.
Ek Tha Tiger is, it was good.
Decent. Okay, but every Tiger movie after that has been a slope.
Okay, I disagree with you there. I liked Tigers in the Hay, and
Second Tiger?
Yeah, I like...
No, but I'm saying like, it's not like, when you expect a trilogy or like a universe, right?
Yeah.
The only way it can work, in my humble opinion, I'm not a director, just like as an audience, only way it could work is if it keeps getting bigger and better.
Correct, yes.
You know what I mean? Which I don't think is happening. It's either at par with Ek Tha Tiger or like whatever, a little bit below. Yeah. Pathaan was great, but again mixed. Okay, I feel like the idea, in my opinion, is really great.
Yeah.
But the execution, I'm not sure if it's happening really. Yeah. Having said that, will I not watch Alpha? No, I will definitely watch Alpha. But I think the whole point of having a multiverse, is that what it is? A spy universe, is I was expecting more cameos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The whole point of having these movies connected, it's not just shouldn't just be in theory that Kabir worked with John from Pathaan. What's his name? What's the character's name? Jim. So Kabir and Jim used to be partners, but in this, that's what we left Pathaan with. But in this movie, he has a whole backstory with someone completely different.
Yeah.
Which is what I feel like the connectivity part, they still need to work on that.
Yeah.
But otherwise also, I think this was one of the weakest for this franchise.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get into the movie as a whole, but with the YRF Spy Universe, for me, I know a lot of people that don't like it. They feel like it's just a ripoff of like trying to be a Marvel cinematic universe, but just replacing it with spies, and the action's over the top, the VFX is horrible. I completely agree, but I do enjoy watching these films, especially when Pathaan released in 2023. Now, I'm a huge Shah Rukh Khan fan, so for us to wait 5 years for him to eventually release Pathaan, for me, it was very exciting. Now, is the film perfect? Absolutely not. I can sit and tell you that it's not a great film. It's an okay film, and I actually enjoyed watching it. And it was exciting because you had cameos, you had kind of 2023 with Pathaan and Tiger 3. I feel like those two films did a good job of mixing and sort of laying the foundation for the universe. This film doesn't really do that. And it's a little disappointing. It's like when you're, like you said, as films go on in a universe, you want it to be bigger. You want it to be not just cameos, but for those cameos to have a vision and a direction, and they contribute to the storyline. It's not just fan servicing.
Like a very good example of that would be the way they incorporated Bhedia into Stree 2.
Yes, that's one cinematic universe that I was just going to call out that has done it in a way where the characters are actually contributing to the storyline.
Yeah.
I feel like Maddock kind of has its head in the right direction in that sense, but Yash Raj Films doesn't.
Not right now.
Not at this moment, yeah. So, yeah, for me, I was really expecting this film to be, like, absolutely, like... Kick-ass. And I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the first war.
I didn't watch it, actually.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to rank it, I would say I think Pathaan and Tiger 3... I know a lot of people don't like Tiger 3, but I felt like Tiger 3 and Pathaan were, like, the better films of the franchise. I'd even put Tigers in right there, too.
Level.
And then War... Ek Tha Tiger. Again, those were not really universe films. It started with Pathaan and then sprinkled in. So you can't really judge War and Ek Tha Tiger because they were like pretty before this even formed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was definitely disappointed. And there was a lot to be disappointed with. The VFX was horrendous.
Horrible. Like, what's going on? Is the budget not there? I'm not understanding.
Yeah.
Like, the wolf in the beginning literally looked cartoonish.
Yeah, it was very cartoonish, yeah.
Like, what's going on? Like, we're in 2025. all the other world uses Indian CGI experts, but Indian movies have such bad CGI. I don't get it.
Yeah, and this was my main complaint with a lot of the films in this universe. You can't go from having... So I don't know if you saw the behind the scenes of Tigers in the Hay when it released in 2017.
I didn't.
They used actual wolves
Oh.
and like trained wolves for the first sequence.
Scene. Yeah.
Right? So you go from using actual wolves
To this
animated wolf. I mean, like, you can see where... I don't really understand where the budget's going. And
into paying all these stars with big egos.
yeah,
That's like majority of the budget looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
But,
this
I mean, yeah, some may say that, but they're the ones also bringing in the people.
100%, but bringing in the people to a to lead to a shit box office record.
Yeah.
Are you understanding this? The priorities are not in the right place, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like even with Pathan, right? I liked the storyline. Like I liked how they incorporated the whole virus thing. What happens when they do that is it's like it's more relatable.
Yeah.
Recently something like that has happened. There's so much like sadly I'm not saying this lightly, but there's so much tension in the world right now. So you know the story needs to be realistic and relatable, and this just felt like more and more bizarre.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Like if you look at the whole like raw angle and all of that, it just kept feeling more and more unrealistic.
definitely. So the pre-release buzz for this film was pretty, in my opinion, weak. I don't think any of the songs really hit that much. Not as much as the first film. So I think a lot of people had high expectations, and then when the promotion started rolling in, it just fizzled out. I think, I don't know. I'm not a huge Hrithik Roshan fan, but I've grown to appreciate him over the years, especially with his last film choices. I've really liked like Vikram Vedha. I've loved Super 30. I thought he was great in War.
Fantastic in Super 30. Fantastic in Vikram Vedha. He was so good in Vikram Vedha.
Yeah, and I also liked him here too. He's the only...
He was the best part.
Yeah, he's the only person that I really feel bad in this situation for, because it works only because of him. Besides that, there's nothing else the film has to offer. I thought when they casted NTR Jr. for this role, I was a little skeptical. I felt like they were kind of going...
For the pan-India
audience, and I knew deep down that this was not going to work out.
Yeah.
And even after watching this film,
felt a bit forced.
it was really forced, and the chemistry was off.
Okay, this is where we kind of had different opinions. I did not like Junior NTR as the villain. I liked him as the villain, but I think like I have seen better performances from him overall, at least in the like Telugu movies.
Yeah.
I've seen better performances from him, but in this movie it just felt like off. I don't know how to explain it. It just felt off. He felt out of place, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was definitely out of place I mean, from the beginning, from his opening shot.
Yeah.
It was, just all over the place. They did a backstory of how they were kids and they kind of grew up together.
But he doesn't recognize
But he
him.
doesn't. It just, as soon as, honestly, the first half, I could kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
The minute they went into the backstory and the kids, like them as kids, and then they go to this juvenile jail, and then they get recruited to become raw agents, and one makes it, one doesn't make it. I thought it was, as soon as they started going in that direction, it just felt so outdated, so not part of this universe. I don't know, I feel like Pathan, Tiger 3, even War to a certain extent, was like a slick action spy thriller, and then instead you have this melodrama in the middle, which it didn't fit at all. And I think I don't really know who to blame in this situation. I feel like it's Ayan Mukherjee as a director who's known for films like Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, Wake Up Sid. These are films that have high emotions, and he was trying to bring that into a spy film, which didn't work, in my opinion.
Just felt out of place. And again, like we were speaking about music, I think, before we took the little break, and like even the one song that they have together, right, Jana Be Ali, I liked that they had their, like, even the hook step, like NTR had his own way of doing it, and Hrithik had his own way of doing it. So I really liked the shots, even in the music video, of him alone and NTR alone. But the minute they start dancing together, you can see that there's no chemistry.
There's no chemistry. Yeah.
You can see that there's
like
no sync, there's no chemistry.
Yeah,
the
chemistry that was there in War 1 between Tiger and Hrithik, it was not there in this film.
And okay, I have a question for you. What's with the romanticizing, man? Like even in War, I saw War in like passing when he was watching it with his cousin. I just didn't have the patience to watch the whole thing. But like even the shots with Tiger and Hrithik, they're borderline romantic. And even here in this movie, the shots with Hrithik and NTR are like borderline romantic. Like, why is that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the romantic angle, but I definitely picked up on it in this film, and it was just so off. Like, I don't know why they do that.
Not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just not in the story though.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, moving on to Kiara Advani. Again, I expected her to have this like big role, and like the reviews that I was reading and listening to, oh, she did so much, but she had no role in this film.
She made a beautiful body, okay? There was a beautiful bikini shot. And then what was her role other than that?
There was no role at all, and I felt so bad for her because this is such a big film. And they had a romantic angle. Yeah. But it just really didn't.
Yeah. And another thing I did not like particularly enjoyed was the back and forth of they going into this backstory, and then again they're going into 15 years ago, Kiara and Hrithik, their backstory. And
they look exactly the same.
They look exactly the same, and it's like
years ago.
Constant back and forth of like timelines, which was not done well in my opinion.
No, definitely not. Yeah, it was just really off. And in the second half, when they started kind of going deep into these stories, it's really when I checked out and I started to lose interest really fast.
Yeah. And if you know us, like, I know we're sounding like a bunch of negative Nancys, but I just want to say that we are both of us, I feel like when it comes to movies, are very difficult to disappoint to this extent. Let me just say that.
Yeah, because I know what I'm signing up for when I go for a YRF spy universe. I know what I'm signing up for when I go to a Rohit Shetty film, right? Yeah. But this is just like the bar was like just placed really low.
Yeah.
And we started off like kind of okay, and then the ball was dropped.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Definitely underwhelming for sure. Do you want to talk a little bit more about like why this film underperformed? By the end of this week, I think the film is going to be out of theaters. Do you think audiences are getting fatigued? Do you think just word of mouth was super strong and the negativity came through and people didn't go? Like, what do you think caused?
See, I think that just because you said Rohit Shetty just now, right? I think, in the cop universe, the connections are not that great.
Yeah.
Okay? But they bank on cameos. Every cop universe movie has had a cameo, and a good one. Like, I know a lot of people didn't enjoy Singham Again, but I liked it. What did you think?
I also liked it.
Yeah, I loved it, in fact. I think it was done well. I think in spite of all the negative PR against Arjun Kapoor right now, I think it was his best performance of his whole career. So I don't think the connection is that great there between the movies.
Yeah, that one is definitely more fan servicing.
Fan servicing, more commercial, more massy, but they're executing it well. Like when you watch the movie independently, right? Any movie, you pick up any movie from the cop universe, there will be some redeeming qualities. Here the case is opposite. The connections are still, I think, pretty decent. The way they have tried to connect the movies are pretty decent. There are recurring, like Ashutosh Rana is a recurring character. Like, I think they've connected it well. And with every movie, there's a post-credit scene which, like, will make you excited to some extent for the next upcoming movie. All that is there. But, still, they miss the plot in the execution, in my opinion.
I feel like this film would have been much stronger if they didn't try to go the pan-India route.
100%.
And cast a pan-India star. So, in Pathaan, they mentioned that John Abraham, Jim's character, was partners with Kabir.
Why
right?
wasn't he in this movie?
He should have been in this film. It would have elevated the film way more because I think people may have been mixed on Pathan, but if there's one thing that they really loved, it was John Abraham's performance.
Yeah.
I feel like if you just replaced NTR Jr. with John Abraham, yes, you wouldn't have had this big dance-off. You wouldn't have had all these certain things, that you can't get with John Abraham. But it would have been a much stronger film if he was just in it.
Correct.
And I think that was a giant missed opportunity.
And this has nothing to do with, as I said, like, I think, even, remember we watched that one NTR movie in the theater?
Yeah.
Our first movie together?
Yeah.
What was it called?
Arvinda
Sametha.
Yeah.
Arvinda Sametha. That movie, that was my first ever movie I watched with him.
Yeah. He's usually good. I liked him in Devara. I liked him in
even in
all these films.
RRR,
Yeah.
he acts well. He has that intensity. He's like I think if I have to compare him with someone, I would say he's kind of the Ajay Devgan vibes of Telugu. Is he?
I don't think so.
Then who would you compare him with? I feel like he has a lot of intensity in his acting.
Yeah, there's a more young energy to him, I
but
feel.
who would you say he is of Telugu? If you had to pick someone from Hindi.
I would say probably, it's like a mix between like Ranveer Singh and Hrithik, I would say. Because they're, like, the energy is just like really there, but the intensity is also there too.
Yeah. So I think...
I've seen only 3 NTR
Exactly.
films.
I was just going to say, I don't think we have enough data to answer this question.
I've seen only 3 in RRR, another Telugu film, and then...
Arvinda Sametha. And
Devara I saw too. And the energy that I got was very Ranveer Singh.
Yeah, and he's a fantastic dancer. There's no two ways
he's a
about
really
it.
good dancer.
This role, however, was not for him.
Yeah,
that's what they're trying to say. Like, no hate against him. I personally think he's a very good performer, but this was not for him. And it's like, you guys give us greed of something, right? You end a movie saying that, oh, Jim used to be Kabir's partner. And then we're looking forward to, okay, what happened about that plot? Yeah. And y'all are feeding us something completely new.
Yeah.
And it's not even executed well.
Yeah. No,
okay, how many backstories can a person have?
Yeah, there's too many. In War 1 he had a backstory, kind
exactly.
of. And then, they do this thing where they connect some things from War 1 to War 2. Like, for instance, Vani Kapoor's daughter is in this film and she's like much older. They do a good job of always referring back to like Tiger Shroff's character in the film.
And his mom's in it.
And his mom's in it. She was in the first one. So they do that well, but they could have just taken it like a step further. I think they were being a little bit frugal.
That's what I'm saying, that the connections are in place. Like, tomorrow a person who makes reels and criticizes movies cannot pick up the universe and be like, how someone told us this person is this person in Rohit Shetty's, in the cop universe of one movie, but he's the same person doing something completely. So there are no loopholes here. No, the connections are well. The execution is not there, in my opinion. They lose the plot. And who directed War 1?
Siddharth Anand.
Okay. And who directed War 2? Ayan Mukherjee.
Yeah.
They are such different directors.
Yeah, very different directors. I didn't really understand why they even decided to go with
Ayan, great director, but I don't think this is... When I think of Ayan, I think of more like, speaking to the youth and like... He feels like a...
And that's the thing is they do that here.
Yeah.
There's a message of India being first and sacrificing yourself for the country.
Yeah.
And like that message is there, and I think that came from more Ayan Mukherjee.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like, I don't know, I think Siddharth Anand had a stronger grip on the universe.
Yeah.
He directed War 1 and he directed Pathan as well. And I hope he directs Pathan 2.
Who's directing Alpha?
Alpha's a new director, actually.
Okay.
So I think this is their first film. So whatever, not a big deal. As long as they're kind of like in line with the rest of the films.
For those who don't know, Alpha is the new addition to the spy universe.
Yeah, so for the longest time, the spy universe has had kind of no strong women roles in their films.
No women roles.
Deepika had a pretty strong role in Pathan.
So, yeah, that was one thing that we were discussing.
Yeah.
Like Deepika's role in Pathan.
Even Katrina's role in Tiger.
Katrina is, I think, above Deepika also. Because
Yeah.
she's there in all three.
Yeah, so
And she
that's
is
what I'm
a
saying,
cop.
is that those two got really good roles.
Yeah.
And I think
Kiara
Kiara and Vani Kapoor were shorthanded.
Yeah. Sorry, because I didn't watch what I'm asking. What is Vani's angle in the first one?
She's just in the song and she's like...
She's a spy?
Yeah, she's not a spy. She's like working for Hrithik Roshan.
Not that she's just in the song.
No, she's in the song, but like there's like maybe 10-15 minutes after that where she's spying. Not spying. I don't know the right word for it. She's working for Hrithik Roshan
Okay.
to spy on another person, but she's not a spy.
Got it.
Like she doesn't have the guns and all that stuff.
Got it.
But she ends up dying in the film, and then he takes care of her daughter.
Got it.
So it's about all that.
Yeah, but like there is no comparison between Kiara's role in War 2 and where Deepika and Katrina were at in their movies.
Yeah, they were fully involved in the film, and
Yeah.
I feel like with Alpha, with Alia and Charvari,
Yeah.
they're the two leads basically. And then Bobby Deol is the villain, and Anil Kapoor is also going to be in this film. Anil Kapoor was supposed to be.
No idea that he was in this movie.
I also had no idea until I sat and watched the film.
Anil Kapoor enters it's Anil Kapoor's opening scene, and I'm looking at Aisha and I'm like, Anil Kapoor is in this movie?
Yeah.
And he's like, I had no idea.
Yeah, I don't know why they thought that was some big surprise. But like it was, I mean, whatever, like he does great in his role. So
This is my take on Anil Kapoor. Few days ago we were discussing this, and I'm like, that man is the best example of consistency rules, because I have yet to see, even if the movie is shit, right?
he's good.
His performance is consistently good.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
And the plateau is up there. Like it's like a straight line of consistency, but it's up there. You know what I mean? Like he never disappoints. It could be a comedy, it could be an action, it could be a thriller, it could be, I don't know if he's not watched Night Manager, but he is fantastic in that show. He's a villain. He can play anything. Okay, so it's always a pleasant surprise to see him in a movie. But like, why was it a surprise?
Yeah, I don't know. It just really didn't make sense. This movie was just really put me off. And the sad thing is, it's probably one of my least favorite films of the year, but it's like not even in my bottom 5, which just shows what type of year we've been having in terms of Indian cinema.
Literally.
So, yeah, I don't know, like overall.
But I think good and bad. We're having a great year, but also a bad year.
Bad. Yeah, so speaking about the VFX, that's been a major letdown lately, especially with these films. And I feel like they're getting worse and worse. Like, it started off actually pretty good with War, and I think Tiger Zinda had pretty good special effects. But Pathan was terrible special effects. Tiger 3 also had, like, pretty crap special effects. And this one is also, like, for just really not good at all.
Yeah.
And I expected more because I don't know how difficult is it to just hire a VFX company instead of doing it in-house.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense, especially a film of this scale. Like, why wouldn't you do that?
Literally.
What did you think about the action?
I was just about to ask you, what did you think of the action? But personally, I think it could have been cut short, a lot of the scenes.
I mean, the film stands at 3 hours.
Oh my god, that's what I'm like trying to say. Like, you know, we're in an era of people don't even have the attention span to sit through a reel. You cannot make a 3-hour long movie and it's not even interesting. Yeah. I think that has a major contribution towards the movie not doing well, because I can sit here and I don't even remember the movie fully, but I can think of 15 scenes that could have gone down by 50% of the time.
Definitely.
Like the whole last thing where they're fighting in that random ass snow cave, like ice cave.
Yeah.
What is that? And where did that table come from? And you know, like, I am the last person to question the logic in movies. I am a advocate for escapism and like not questioning too much. But you guys are putting it on our face. Like, some of it is just really
there's
bizarre.
a whole scene where there's a boat with a rocket.
Why is it on the race course?
Why is it on the race course just for the sake of it being on the race course? It just doesn't make any sense. It also just doesn't need to be there. It doesn't elevate the film in any way. I also was disappointed with the hand-to-hand combat scenes. I thought they were trying to go really massy instead of just slick.
So the opening action sequence was very good. I liked it. Where he goes to in Japan.
Yeah, the sword fighting. Yeah, that was good.
Fantastic. Yeah. I liked that, and I think overall it was done really well. Minus the really cartoon-looking wolf that I wanted to pet instead of being scared of. But like that action sequence is good. As he said earlier, like the beginning of the movie actually, because both of us go into these like any movie without having any expectations. That's our thumb rule. Like we like to not have any expectations going in, and we don't think anything, and we just want to enjoy the ride. So in the beginning it was actually okay.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it just drops.
Yeah. Just doesn't work at all. I honestly had low expectations for this film, and it went even lower than I thought. But I don't mean to like just crap on the movie like
I was just gonna ask you, do you have any redeeming qualities from the movie?
I really genuinely liked
Hrithik.
I liked Hrithik, and I liked the first like hour. I thought like prior to NTR coming into the film, I liked Hrithik's part and his scenes with Ashutosh Rana. That worked for me.
Yeah.
Everything else did not.
Hrithik, by the way, looks fantastic in the movie. He looks amazing. I love the haircut.
Yeah.
I love everything about him. He's acted well. He's always a delight to watch on the big screen. And he was, as he said, like we really felt bad for him because this could have been his Pathan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, War was his, that's the thing, is like War was his Pathan if you think about it.
True, sorry.
But yeah, this just didn't live up to War, I think. They didn't live up to any of the YRF Spy Universe films.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think this might be, you know, after seeing how bad this film has done, I feel like this is like the second nail in the coffin for this universe in general.
Yeah. I think Alpha will be good, Aishan.
Let's see. Like I said, if it's not though, yeah, this is pretty much the end. You can forget about Pathan 2 happening. You can forget about Tiger versus Pathan. Any of these films, you can just forget about it because if it's not going to make the company money, they're not gonna go with it.
Okay.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm a huge Alia fan of her work. I think her range is fantastic. Like, she can act as anything, so I'm excited to see her as a spy. And Sharvari is a rising star in my opinion because she's been, as I said, she's pulling an Anil. She's consistently good. Movie might be not that great, but she's consistently good in any role that she's played up until now at least. I liked her in Bunty Babli, I liked her in Maharaja, I liked her in... What else did I see with her? I saw her in snippets of that Maddock. What was that movie? Munjia. She was good in Munjia. Didn't have that much. Okay, her role was, but she was good. So I'm excited. And I'm excited that they both are like equals in that movie.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's Bobby's world and we're living in it. So I'm excited, very excited to see Bobby as a villain.
Yeah, spoiler alert. I mean, this entire podcast is a spoiler podcast. I feel like if you haven't seen the film by now, you probably don't want to see it.
Yeah.
And so it's, Bobby Deol is in the post-credit scene, and they just like, I thought it was a good post-credit scene. I thought it did what it needed to do. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll probably go and see Alpha in the theater for sure. There's so many things that they could have done with this universe, and it's just disappointing to see that. They kind of went especially, I wanted to come back to this. The end of the film, where NTR Jr. becomes good, I personally feel like they just went the Winter Soldier route. And just made the bad guy the good guy, and the bad guy probably did something wrong to Pathan or Tiger, where now Pathan and Tiger are, after him, and they're going to try to convolute some sort of conflict there.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know. I think after this film, probably not, because it didn't do well. But I think their plan was to do that.
Okay.
So,
that last scene was also good, where they one by one go after each member of Kali.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. It was done well. Yeah. And if they didn't do too much melodrama with the backstory of him and Hrithik, if they didn't have that backstory at all. He's just a person who's a little corrupt, Okay, and basically he, gets together with Hrithik and then has a change of heart, and then they get together and he starts playing for the other side.
Yeah.
He sees what's wrong with this and starts playing for the other. This sounds more simple, but I think it would have worked.
Yeah,
better
definitely.
Instead of having that whole angle of like, oh, he was like in the juvie and they were best friends and he didn't recognize him and he calls him Kabbu, and it's unrealistic.
Every time he called him Kabbu, I cringed because I
Yeah.
was like, this doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Like,
Yeah. And they tried to make him very like, Iron Man-esque.
yeah.
NTR. Very like, does his own thing, me first,
Yeah.
over India. Like, that whole character of like, whatever they were, Tony Stark vibes is
Yeah.
what I felt. Which I don't know if it suited him.
And I couldn't help, like, in the 3 hours, I find it extremely hard to believe that they just blatantly just refuse to put in Tiger or Pathan or like any character for that matter in any of the millions of action scenes that are in this film. You're telling me you couldn't get any of these guys to just come in for a day? First of all, the entire film is basically filmed on a green screen or a soundstage.
Fully.
It's not real locations. I think the only thing that was real that I could think of was when they go and meet Vani Kapoor's daughter. That was the only thing that looked.
And 15 years ago, Kiara and Hrithik.
Yeah, they
That's
did.
it.
They filmed that as one schedule,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Yeah.
Everything else was soundstage for sure.
100%.
You're telling me you couldn't get any of them to come?
Because imagine, Aishan, this is a what's the word? Franchisee or franchise?
It's this franchise film.
Okay. So this universe, okay, you have Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan,
Yeah.
and Hrithik.
Yeah.
Okay, in 2025, after 35 years of their career, these are the people who still bring in the audience.
Yeah.
No one's gonna come and watch a VD movie. No one's gonna come and watch like all these new people. Chal Ranveer last.
Yeah.
Okay, uske baad nobody ke liye the audiences will come even if it is a bad movie. Okay. And y'all are telling me that y'all can't make a cameo? That's literally the banking thing.
Yeah. I feel like it just elevates the universe so much more. And I don't know, that was a highlight for me in Pathan and Tiger 3 was their cameos for each other.
Exactly.
You know? I felt like that was really
And them
cool.
like kind of hinting at these young boys not being able to do much,
Yeah.
you know?
And it's like the entire thing is, yes, obviously ridiculous,
yeah,
but there's
good ridiculous.
Yeah. I feel like if there was just a little bit more vision and a little bit more of like, yes, this is how we're going to make a good universe film,
Yeah.
and these characters
Yeah.
are going to contribute something,
Yeah,
instead of just asking yourself what's going to make me the most money,
yeah,
then, things would be a lot different. And you can tell that this film was just made for money and a little less about how will it fit into the universe and take the universe forward.
correct.
That's my main issue with the film overall. I don't think Hrithik will be a part of another YRF universe film after this.
No, he will.
I don't think so. I think they
He will.
They
he and
plan
Alia
to
besties,
have-
by the way.
plan to have Alia Bhatt and Hrithik together in Alpha. Like he was going to be doing the cameo for that. I don't see that happening after
No, he
this
will.
film
He will.
performed bad.
See, if they are continuing on with this with the spy universe, the cameos are the only thing that's gonna save it.
Yeah.
But it has to be done right. You can't just have them for no reason.
Yeah, look, that's what I think they did with
Pathan.
with Pathan and Tiger 3. The cameos in that had if you take that scene out, it doesn't do anything for the film.
Yeah.
And I feel like now that they've kind of, gotten the groove of having these cameos,
Yeah.
there should be a vision into how it incorporates it.
Correct.
It'll be interesting to see where this film or this universe goes. But yeah, quickly, what is your rating out of 5?
Should we even do a must meter for this? It's 2.
Yeah,
2 for me.
I'd give it a 2 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really much else to say here about this film, but yeah, not good, not what we wanted, but what
Yeah.
to do. I hope Alpha is much better. I hope, yeah. I mean, it's a new director, and I just hope he knocks it out of the park. And I hope, yeah, it's a big hit.
Yes.
Because I want to see these films. I think
Do
like
well. I genuinely am rooting, because when I think of YRF, right, it's my childhood.
yeah.
And you
I mean,
want...
there's so many films here
Yeah.
that are part of the YRF.
I know
So-
their potential. I just feel like the spy universe has a lot of work. And as I said, you have the biggest names, the money-making names, and you all are dropping the ball.
Yeah.
That's what I'm not understanding. How?
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys.
Yes.
Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, I'm just that we are genuinely rooting for these movies to do well, the
Yeah.
upcoming movies, and we're both rooting for Alpha to do well, and we're really excited still. But this one was
Not it.
Not
yeah.
it.
How would you rank the YRF Spy Universe films? I'll go first because I think you haven't seen all of them, right?
no, not. I've just not seen War 2.
Okay.
Baki all I've seen. There's 3 Tiger movies. Watched all 3 of them.
Okay. Yeah. So how would you rank them?
Include do you want me to put Pathan and these things
Let's
in
say
there?
your favorite and then go to the bottom.
Okay. First Tiger,
Okay.
I love it. First Tiger and third Tiger, same level.
Same level.
Okay. Pathan.
Okay.
Second Tiger.
Uh-huh.
War. I've not watched War,
Okay.
so I'm putting that out. War 1.
Huh.
War 2. War
Got
2
it.
is last.
Cool.
What about you?
Yeah, for me it's Pathan and Tiger 3. Then I'd say Tigers in the
Then Ekta
Then
Tiger?
I'd say War.
Okay.
Then I'd say Ekta Tiger. And then War 2.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty different then.
Yeah, slightly.
Cool.
But yeah, that's about it, guys. That is our episode today. We will catch you again. We don't know what the 7th episode is going to be. I think we're going to decide that.
By the way, just let's tell them that this is the review channel too, because we lied.
Yeah.
We straight up lied.
Yeah, we watch a lot of movies in theaters, so it just makes sense.
Exactly. For it to not be a review channel.
Yeah.
but-
I'm actually going to see Coolie right now in like an hour and a half. So I'm pumped for that. But yeah, I mean, did you see any good English movies?
Mm-mm.
We saw Weapons.
Oh no, sorry. Yes, we did.
We saw Weapons.
It's
That was
not good
great.
though. It's excellent.
Yeah, Weapons was my favorite film of
This
the
year.
year.
Same. So if you guys have not watched it, please watch it.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you so much for listening to us. These are my 2 favorite things to do, sitting and yapping. So it only makes sense that I have a podcast. Right?
Awesome. Yes. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. We will catch you guys next time.